You could buy this one unit and this would cost $9,000 per month to get a one-bedroom apartment, but to rent that is only $3,000 a month. Would you spend $9,000 a month to buy it, or three to be able to get into it? I have the answer to some of your burning questions because I get asked every single day, more times than I can count. Is the market going up? Is it going up? Is it going down? When is it going to go up or down? And listen, it's not just that country has thousands of markets. There's actually thousands of different properties inside of each other market. So if we're in commercial apartments, if we're in multi-dwelling units, or if we have a little dry cleaner, it's all different. Now, I have some really good stuff to show you, but there is patterns coming out all over the world that are exactly the same. Let me show you one of the articles I was just looking at right now, the desire to downsize and how 1 and 2 bedroom flats is rising with nearly 50% of demand for apartments due to spiraling mortgage rates. Now, if you go back and look at any of my content over the past year, we were looking at the fact that new buyers cannot afford to buy the new homes with the new interest rates. They can't afford it. Now we have families that are growing and they need more space, but they can't get out of it. Then we have all of these immigrants that are coming in, a lot of refugees coming to Canada. They can't afford it. They have to get into rentals. All that demand is going into rentals, and there isn't enough to go around. So if we look at the UK, this is the exact same problem that we're having in Toronto and in London. 2 bedroom flats account for 27% of the housing market. So prospective UK homeowners, their preferences appear to be swaying toward flats at the cost of running a home has increased. As a result, the mortgage rates have skyrocketing more than a quarter. 27% of conscious buyers are now looking for 1 and 2 bedroom flats. This is the same in Toronto, the same in the US, same all over the place. 2 bedrooms, and especially 2 bed, 2 bath. In London, 1 and 2 bedroom flats account for 49% of the demand, 7% up from a year ago. So you guys, this is the exact same thing in all the cities. Remember, I always joke, in the old days, all the countries used to set their own economic policies. But today, the world is one globalization. Now, we're seeing that globalization break apart, but especially the West is all on the same WhatsApp group, I always say, because everybody is raising their rates or lowering their rates at the same time. They're all taking their lead from the global reserve currency or the United States. When they come out and say something, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, all of Europe, Western Europe, some of Eastern Europe are all following suit. And so as the rates are going up, we're seeing the same problems come out. So we were looking at one unit that was in Toronto. In Toronto, for example, you could buy this one unit, and this one unit would cost, with taxes and your condo fees, $9,000 per month to get a one-bedroom apartment in this building. $9,000 per month. But to rent that property is only $3,000 a month. What? So what would you do? Would you spend $9,000 a month to buy it, or three to be able to get into it? Listen, you guys, you're never going to get that $9,000 mortgage per month. You're not going to get it because lenders aren't lending right now. Everyone's just defaulting into rentals. But because now there's going to be 10 applicants to get into that unit, they can now charge more money. So the race is on. Now let's look at some numbers, because some people actually have been sending me comments. No, properties aren't down. They're not down. Well, I have something to show you. Check out this calendar right here. It says 94,000 properties were sold in the past 12 months in the Greater Toronto area. Now, this is where I am, but it doesn't matter what city that you're looking at. If your city is over 1 million people, this is the same story all across North America. So if we look, this is all the way up past Barrie, but if you zoom in far enough, I mean, this is every property from every single agent at every single brokerage. So we have to run a lot of data. Look at these properties. Unbelievable, right? So it's every single property. So it's nice that we have that. Now let's look at the numbers, okay? So if we want to look at some actual numbers, let's check out right here the actual price and see what's happened. Now see here, it just says Toronto. So this means all condos, all houses, every agent, every brokerage, 94,000. The average is minus 16%. Wow. That is a lot down. Now, next month, when we finally get all of January's numbers, it's going to be worse, because you notice it's measuring here from January, and it had still peaked in February. So when it measures from the higher number, the drop is going to be closer to 30% overall, not 16. But let's break apart those 94,000 different properties and let's just take a look at detached properties. Notice detached property is the most common property, or 46,000 properties sold, 22,000 condos. So let's just look at just detached properties. Check that out. The average, you guys, is 22% down in 12 months. Straight down. Next month, it's going to be even higher because it's going to be measuring the 12-month rolling calendar from the peak. So remember this, homes down 22%. In a lot of areas, its average is down 30%. But we're going to change that and we're going to zip on over to just condos. So let's open just condos and you're going to see what I mean. If we pull up just condos, oh my goodness, look at that. Condos are only down 6.9%, 6 versus 22. And next month, it's going to be a lot worse. So remember, we have to look at numbers overall, and we can pinpoint it down to each area code. The majority of area codes for houses is between 20 and 30% down, and it really depends where the condos are. But when condos are in good areas, near subways that are safe, good buildings, those buildings are actually up 10%. So people are looking for places to put their money. But here we have had a really bad year, one for the record books, and you still could have made money if you were in the right types of properties. So it's not even area specific. It's not city specific. It is, you have to be in a good building, in a good area, in a good city, in a good country. And if you do that and do your homework right, you can always make money even in down markets. Anyway, you guys, I have a whole course on that. If you want to look into how to buy your first property, I'll put the link below if you're interested. If this gives you any value, please consider subscribing. Thank you so much for coming by, and I'll talk to you on the next video.